Prof is short for nothing, really. It started as a basketball nickname growing up. People were just clowning around, calling me Prophecy, and that really didn't stick. And that people started doing short, just call me Prof. I don't like the way it just sounded. Not short for prophecy, prophet, professor, anything like that. People, the way it sounded was kind of like became my personality, Prof. Like it just sounds weird and kind of quirky. And I guess people started calling me that, and then I was rapping at the same time, and just transferred over there. It's been the slowest thing I've ever been a part of. Yeah, that's just some underground stuff right there. Like it's just hard workers. You know what I mean? Like it's a bunch of people starting to freestyle in a basement once, and they're like, let's throw a show. All right, the show went well. All right, let's throw another show. Maybe I need a manager now. And this is over like, years and years and years. Like I've been doing this for probably 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? And it's a really slow grind, but it's always been, a positive. I haven't really taken any steps backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's always been getting bigger and bigger. So there's no use in trying to stop now. I think they're the same thing. I think like I'm a complete hypocrite and everybody else is too, and people just need to embrace that. Like, I don't want to be stuck as like a Little John type my whole life, or like I don't want to be stuck as like a political emo rapper my whole life. Like I'm more than that, you know what I mean? And I'm proud to be a hypocrite. And one morning I'll wake up from partying and I won't want to do it again ever, you know what I mean? And then one night I want to wild out and take my clothes off and jump into Lake Michigan, you know what I mean? It is who we are as humans, you know what I mean? And so, people talk about struggle music, and hip hop is struggle music, and that's real. And rocking parties and trying to get drunk and living in the moment and trying to forget about things and partying with your people, that's also, a way of expressing yourself and letting go of those problems. So I don't really see them as like crazy opposites, you know what I'm saying? I just think that it's all encompassing with, human thing to do is both. And so I'm just trying to put that in my music. Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's the soundtrack of who I am, you know what I mean? And I'm always listening to beats and creating music, and if I get a song that comes in and makes me feel a certain way, like that's where I am right there. And then, you know what I mean? And so that's touring is kind of interesting, you're playing all these songs from a collection of years and years of music, and you're reliving those things every night, and it gets to put you in those places and those times that it happened, and so you get a broader understanding of your whole life. Kind of, it's like a time capsule every show. So it's kind of interesting. There's a song that I wrote that like I didn't think I was ever going to perform, or like I didn't even really want to put it on a record because it was so personal, and it was about like my dad burning my house down and just horrible shit. So I'm like, I made that and I got it off my chest. I was like, ugh. And I showed some people and they were like, dude, they connected with it, and it was so deep that they were like, let's put this on the record. I was like, all right, fine. And then I made a mistake of performing it once live, and the people were so shook that they connected with me, and they saw me at my like most vulnerable point, you know what I mean? And so I started making these connections, and I ended up performing this song like every time I rap now, which is like awful. But that's one of them.